Hey, what's up everybody, Nexel here. Today we are playing Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, going to be pulling for the Lexaeus Plus medal from this month's 13 Falling Price deal. It's just a very solid medal. It's what I like to call the broken banner format, where the premium medal, the feature medal, which is Lexaeus Plus, comes pre-orbed by 5, which is super sweet because then it's only either one Mickey and Broom or one trait medal in order to get that thing gilted. And then it's a very limited pool of medals that are all really good. So you can see on the left there, Hercules B, Unariku Pain, the HD Pete, HD Final Form Sora, HD Armor of Ericus, and HD Vanitas, as well as the 2 Lexaeus medals. That's just really cool that not only are you going to get 1, but 2 premium medals from those 8 right there. So that's just a really, really good deal. This is definitely one of the banner formats I recommend for people to pull in, especially if you're new, because the minute you get gilted medals, it significantly changes your game. So I definitely like this banner. I like this banner format. Let's go ahead and start pulling for our Lexaeus Plus, which we're hopefully gonna need, or not hopefully gonna need, but which we're probably gonna need to complete the Lexaeus Plus event that's going on right now. So we got 1 upright. Let's see if we can hit multiple premiums. We just got the 2. Okay. So we're going to get HD Final Form Sora and Unariku in Pain, which is still really good. Not exactly what I want. I'd like to see more HD Vanitases. The HD Final Form Sora is 1-orbed, and the Unariku in Pain is only 1-orbed. So I literally scraped the bottom of the barrel when it comes to what you can get from this banner, which is 2 premiums on the pool that you can see on the left. Only 1 orbed. But let's see if we can pull for this Lexaeus Plus a little bit earlier than that. Alright, so for our second pull, let's see if we can get at least 3 premiums. So we got 1 reverse, which is good. It could be HD Vanitas. And then we got, looks like we only had 2 reverse, but we got, 2 HD Petes. Okay, again, not exactly what we're looking for. Let's see if one of them is multi-orbed. Okay, so we got 2 orbs on that one and 3 orbs on this one. So from this 1 pull alone, I got a gilted HD Pete, which is super good. Alright, so we move on to our next pull, only costing us 2,200 this time. Let's see if we can get an HD Vanitas. I really want like HD Vanitas, HD Armor of Ericus, or obviously the Lexaeus Plus. So any of those would be really, really good to have for me right now, just because those are the ones I really need the most. So we got the 2 there. Looks like we're only getting 2, but we got Unariku Pain, HD Pete. We are definitely not lucky right now with these 1-orbed pulls. So we've got 2 more left until we mercy the HD Lexaeus Plus. Not HD Lexaeus Plus, just Lexaeus Plus. We've got 2 more left. Let's see if we can at least get one of those 2 medals, either HD Armor of Ericus or HD Vanitas, because I could really go for some traits on my HD Vanitas right now. Alright, so we got 2 right there. Can we get another one? Oh, we got 3! No! Okay. So, these 5 pulls, we're definitely towards the bottom of the barrel when it comes to actual pulls, just because, like, I didn't get a lot of the better medals in this format, which would be the Hercules B, obviously, is a very good sniping medal. HD Vanitas is a copy medal. HD Armor of Ericus is a solid high score challenge medal. So, unfortunately, we have to mercy the Lexaeus Plus, and we did get 4 relatively bad pulls in comparison to like the whole thing, but that's not to say they're going to be useless. They're still going to be very useful to me as a player. So let's go ahead and see what we got. We got 3, but obviously one of them is the okay, so we got the Lexaeus Plus right here, super sweet, solid medal. Then we have the HD Final Form Sora, as well as 1 HD Armor of Ericus. I don't think that's enough for me to gilt it. I think I have 1 that's 1-orbed. But, you know, we roll with what we've got. I don't want to pull any more from this because I did get the premium medal that is featured in this banner, and that's really all I need right now because I already have, like, a solid HD Vanitas. But, yeah, I wish I could have gotten more of the Hercules B, more of the Armor of Ericus. Let's go ahead and just do pretty much our traits and stuff for what we got. So let's go ahead and filter out by tier 6s. And look at all these HDPs we got. All these HDPs, but not a single Hercules B, which is crazy. Okay. So our current one has poison resist and damage and raids plus 40%. Let's see if we can either get like a good Kali version of this medal or at least a triple damage and raids. We've got 4 trade rolls. 4 trade rolls. That's so crazy. I wish we could have gotten something different than HD Pete, but we'll roll with it and we'll go with what we got. All right, so let's start with this one-orbed version, because that way I at least guarantee a guilt, and then every single one after it is going to be a guilt roll. So we start off with the first one. Let's hope for damage in raids, or I want to say like ground or aerial minus 60 would be solid. So for our guilt roll, we are going to get 136, which is really sad because this has a minimum of 120, so we're only 16 away from that minimum. But let's see if we could balance out a bad guilt with a good trait. Extra attack. Okay. Not a bad trait. Not exactly what we're looking for unless we get aerial and ground on this medal too. So this is really solid right now. We've got a good setup. Let's see if we can roll for higher guilts and then get ground and aerial on this thing, because that would make this super good. Alright, let's go ahead, skip past this animation, see what our guilt roll is. We roll into 199. 1 magic mirror away from guilt. That is crazy. We jumped like 60%. Alright, and then for our trait, we get paralysis. Okay, not a good trait roll, but definitely a solid guilt roll. So let's go ahead and drop that paralysis resist. Wow, look at that, from 136 to 199. That is a huge jump. Alright, so we're going to keep going because we don't need multiple HD Petes. I've got enough medals to build solid setups with just 1 HD Pete. But as you can see there, we had enough to guilt multiple ones. So for our bonus, we are going to get 199, which is okay. Because it's, what were the odds of it being 200 anyways? So we get damage in raids. Okay, we've got dual damage in raids on our HD Pete. Let's go ahead and replace the poison resist and then see what we can get on the last roll. So if we get triple damage in raids, I might just do that. That seems like a solid idea in comparison to like raids with extra attack. Let's see. Inflicts more damage the higher the slot number. That's kind of an iffy scenario, but let's see what we get. If we don't get it, then we don't get it, and then that just makes our decision easy. So let's skip past this animation and see what we get for our trait. We are going to get, so we got 199, which is fine, but we're going to get, ooh, aerial. Okay, so I think the right choice is to go with this. I definitely think this is the right choice for this medal because I don't really plan on using it in my raid setups. I have like HD Sephiroth, or I think it's just Sephiroth EX Plus, but I have that being like triple copied, so that's what I have on my raid setup right now. So I think this is okay. This is a very solid HDP to have. Let's go ahead and move down to, we'll do the Lexaeus one last. So let's go here. Let's just unlock you for later. And then we move on to the HD Final Form Sora, who has a 161% guilt right now with not really good traits. So let's see if we could replace all these traits with the 3 HD Final Form Soras we have here. I definitely think this is one medal you only really want to have 1 copy of, just because you want to have 1 super copy in your 5th slot rather than something that doesn't really belong anywhere else. So to start, we get no bonus on our guild, so we're still at 161, but again, usually a bad guild for me means a good trait. So let's see what we got. Defense. It was not the case. So it looks like defense has cursed me yet again, so we have plus 4,000 defense on this HD Final Form Sora. Let's see if we can get a solid trait to just, you know, balance out this medal, because it is a damage dealing medal and I have no damage dealing traits on it. So let's see what we can get for at least the guilt. We got 161, so no increase in guilt, but let's see what we can get for our trait. So we get, ooh, extra attack. Okay, that is nice. That is nice. So let's go ahead and replace one of these defense plus 2,000s with extra attack, because it's nice to have extra attack on this medal because it still stays in that 5th slot, so it still gets that 5th slot multiplier while at the same time getting an additional attack in. So that's really sweet. Let's see if we can get aerial. I kind of want aerial on this. That seems like the right choice to go with for this medal because there seems to be like a lot of blue flying enemies. But let's go from here. Let's take a look at what we got for our guild. So we're going to get a 161. So across 3 guilt rerolls, we've gotten no increase in percentage. But let's see if we can get a good trait, because I'd rather get bad guilt but good trait. Sleep resist, not a good trait. But I'm going to overwrite that defense plus 2000, because defense plus 2000 is probably the worst trait in my opinion. But we got extra attack on it, which is super good, super sweet. So let's see what else. All right, so we are one short from guilting our HD armor of Ericus. We will see what the trait rolls, because if it's a good trait, sometimes it's just worth slapping the one Mickey and Broom on it. So let's see what we can get on our HD armor of Ericus. If we can get something like ground or aerial, I would really highly consider throwing a Mickey and Broom on it. But let's see what we got. So for our trait roll, we are going to get damage and raids. Okay. I don't plan on using this medal for raiding, unfortunately. So I can't really say if that's a good or a bad trait. It could be really good if you want to use it for raiding, but for me personally, I don't think it's going to do me much good there. Let's see, what else did we get? Was that it? Oh, and the Unariku Pains. Okay. So we have just enough for one guilting of Unariku and Pain. It is, again, a raid medal, so I'd like to see dual damage and raids on this thing. But let's see what we can roll, seeing if we can get at least one of the attack ones. So extra attack or ground or aerial minus 60%. So for our Unariku Pain, we are going to get max gauges. Okay. Again, a neutral trait, not exactly the best, not exactly the worst. It could help you or it could not. So it's kind of a neutral trait. But we are still hoping we can get one attack trait on this thing. So we're looking at extra attack, ground minus 60, aerial minus 60, or even damage and raids. So for the guild first, we got, let's hope for 160 or higher. Ooh. Ow, that kind of hurts. This is why you wait for guilting campaigns, because the minimum on this one would have been 160. So we are a far cry away from that 160. But let's see if we can get a good trait just to leverage it out. So we get max gauges. So we've got dual max gauges on here. So I don't think I'm going to be using this medal, unfortunately, just because it's low guilt. It's got not good traits. But maybe down the line it'll be useful. Maybe if I need something for that particular situation. Alright, let's move on to the last part of this, which is going to be guilting the Lexaeus Plus. So we are going to hope we roll higher than 180 would be super sweet. And then to get ground minus 60, aerial minus 60, and extra attack would probably be the best for this medal in my opinion. So let's see what we can roll for our 3 traits on our Lexaeus Plus. This is the one that I hope I get really good traits and guilt on. So aside from the ones we just did, let's hope we can get something good here. So we roll into 191. That is really good. That is really high. That is 9 magic mirrors away from... No, oh, it's tier 8. It is tier 8, meaning that it goes up to 230. So we're kind of scraping the middle area, but that's still fine. I think this is still within guilt bonus campaign range. So that is fine by me. Let's see if we can get a good trait just to match it up. So we get max gauges. So again, not the best trait, but because Darkgnaw only has a maximum of 10 gauges right now, it's good to have extra max gauges on there. So it's still a good idea to have max gauges on here, but I'd rather have the attack traits, because this is a very strictly attacking medal. You can't even use it as a buffer because it only works on itself. So let's see if we can roll into some attack traits. I feel like I haven't been getting too lucky with attack traits right now. So for our special attack bonus, we get 207. Nice. Okay, a solid 16 magic mirrors up. Let's see what we get for our trait. So we're going to get... Ooh, strength plus 1,000. Okay. Not a super damage dealing trait, but definitely still damage dealing. So let's see. We've got 2 more rolls left. Let's hope for one of those minus 60s. Particularly ground minus 60 would be helpful, at least for the quest that's out right now. So for this, we are going to get a guilt bonus of 209. Okay, so 2 magic mirrors up, meaning that's 2 magic mirrors less that we have to spend. And then we get... max HP. Okay. So it looks like we're not getting anything too particularly spectacular on our Lexaeus Plus. But let's see. We've got one more chance. Let's see if we can roll something really, really good on this super heavy damage dealing medal. I'm hoping for ground minus 60, or even aerial minus 60 would be super awesome. So for our guild bonus, we are going to get 109, so we stay the same, but let's hope that's going to be balanced out with a good trait right now. Ah, max gauges. Okay. So we rolled into max gauges, strength plus 1000, and max HP plus 800. Let's go ahead and replace that max HP plus 800 with max gauges plus 2. Again, because Dark Gnaw doesn't really have a lot of gauges on it, so the more you can just kind of tack on there, the better. I would have rather had like ground or aerial minus 60 on there, but this is okay. We can definitely work with this and definitely make some good setups with this. Alright, with that being said, I think I have guilted and traded all the premiums that I got from that pull. Yeah, I think that's everything. So that is what it looks like, spending pretty much 1200 jewels. We got, let's look at our final results. So we got the Yuna, Riku, and Pain with a guild bonus of 123 with no spectacular traits, unfortunately. We also got the, where are you? The Armor of Ericus with damage and raids plus 40%. We got our HC Final Form Sora that got extra attack, which is super good, but unfortunately no other noticeable traits. And then lastly, we got our HD Pete with a fantastic guild bonus and fantastic traits. And let's just finish this up with our Lexaeus Plus with a 209% guilt and then dual max gauges and strength plus 1000. Let's go ahead and lock that up because it's kind of freaking me out that I haven't locked it up yet. Alright, with that being said, if there are any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to throw them down in the comments below and I would be happy to answer them. I'm going to go ahead and try the Lexaeus Plus missions just a few times to see if I could beat that last one. But that's it for now. Again, any questions, throw them down below and I will get to them. Until the next video, everyone, take it easy.